Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Ethico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
The Daily Compliance News for July 29, 2024, the RTX Reserves Edition. We begin with that story from Bloomberg as the corporation formerly known as Raytheon, now RTX, says it has set aside a combined $959 million as part of a deal with the U.S. government to settle a criminal investigation into pricing for missiles and defense services, as well as a corruption probe. The company, formerly known as Raytheon, expects to enter into a 3-year DPA with the Department of Justice, which will include oversight by a corporate monitor. The company said in a filing with the SEC last week. The company has set out $575 million to cover potential penalties out of the defective pricing, and another $384 million for the corruption component of their violations. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, Mingy Sun reporting that State Street has agreed to pay a $7.5 million to settle allegations of Russia-related sanctions violations. It is allegations of a financial firm receiving payments and redacting invoices from 2 Russian entities that faced U.S. sanctions restrictions. The allegedly altered dates and reissued invoices were from 2016 and between 2016 and 2020. If you've wondered about the corruption in the Trump team, campaign, regime, well, it continues unabated as FirstEnergy, the Ohio Capital Journal reports that Trump's top campaign bundler is connected to Ohio's largest corruption scandal ever. Jeff Verhoff got $68 million from FirstEnergy, and when he was called to testify about the scandal, he pled the Fifth Amendment. Well, people, really no surprise given the corruption, endemic corruption of the Trump administration and all those involved with it. And a final story also about Trump comes to us from the Financial Times, as he has vowed not simply to sack Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, although no surprise there. He wants to end the enforcement against the crypto industry. And he claims it's persecution, but of course it's just enforcement of outstanding laws that the SEC has applied to crypto. Once again, showing the endemic corruption of the Trump administration. He believes nothing wrong with crypto, where the SEC and most reputable operators have really taken a different tack. So, at the start of this podcast, this month's sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Have you ever wondered how to show the ROI of your compliance program? Have you struggled with the budgeting process, getting the funds you want for your compliance program? Well, I've partnered with Ethico to put together a white paper on the ROI of compliance, which shows you not only how to demonstrate ROI, but also how to speak finance when you're sitting across from the CFO with your budget proposals. Check out the website and get the white paper. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.